things you need to hear. So turn off your tears and listen. Pain throws your home to the ground. Love turns the whole thing around.
How did so many people how did so many people all over get influenced by religion? Well, if you just look at the Inquisition, if you didn't believe what the church told you to believe, you were burned at the stake. That's a pretty good inspiration.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and it's not even that you'll get burned at the stake. I think Sweden still has an official religion, an official state religion, and when a child's born, they're automatically listed as being a member of that religion as long as their parents are. Well, as Richard Dawkins has pointed out, that's kind of absurd. You have no idea what that child's eventual religious beliefs are going to be. And now I guess they have to fill out a piece of paper or some kind of form and submit it to the state in order to opt out. Otherwise, they get taxed for being a member of this church. So, I guess that's one way to pump up the church
where
rolls.
was that at?
I think it's Sweden, and I'm sure that some of our Swedish viewers will correct me if I'm wrong on that.
Well, I think that the Inquisition is a real big embarrassment for the church, and it's a real tough. It's very hard for them to explain what they did back then, and anybody who is considering religion. These people, they need to take a look at what their church did during the Inquisition. And I bring this Inquisition up all the time because, that's a big part of history. And I promise you that if the church today could get away with stoning me and you and atheists, anybody who doesn't believe what they believe, if they could get away with just putting us all in jail or, killing us, they would do it.
Ironically, do you know what many Christians say about the Inquisition now? Because you realize here in America, and especially Texas, most people are, the majority of Christians are Protestants. And so they say, oh, that was the Catholics. And they were really going after people who weren't Catholics. So really, this was people who were not true Christians going after Christians. So in their warped mind, they come up with ways of flipping it around. So actually, it was the atheists' fault that the Inquisition happened.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sure. It's Well,
anybody,
I just think that, all you got to do is go to your computer, type in Inquisition, and you will get all kinds of horrible things that the church did in the name of God.
Oh, yeah. I believe I actually did an entire Halloween show on the Inquisition once, and there was a Protestant Inquisition, too. They just don't know about it.
Yeah.
What I was going to say is that, it's not over. You've still got the Catholic Church in Africa where there's an HIV epidemic that orphans, how many millions of kids every year. And you've got the Catholic Church in there destroying condoms and telling people don't use condoms because they don't work, and that if you do, you're going to get AIDS and you're going to die. And in fact, condoms are the best protection that people have, especially in a population where there aren't a lot of access to the antiretrovirals that would keep their viral load down.
Right. Yeah.
So they're still doing this, and there's an awful lot of blood on the hands of the Catholic Church because of that policy.
I've noticed that with this id, the intelligent design, here lately the church is really trying to get their foot in the door of the public schools. And I'm 50 years old, so whenever I was in school, we we were not influenced by the church, and and I don't even know if one of the books that I read, and it was kind of required reading at that time, was the Scarlet Letter.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you read the Scarlet Letter?
Oh, yeah.
Not only have I read the Scarlet Letter, but my soon-to-be brother-in-law is actually a descendant of Nathaniel Hawthorne.
Oh, well, you know, that would be. I think that anybody else who you know, is looking for some you know, something besides just what the church tells you to think and what the church tells you to believe, you know, read the book The Scarlet Letter, and you know, and you know, and make a decision, you know, from that, or you know, from don't just let what your parents tell you or what your you know, your church tells you. You know, you got to make up your own mind. You got to use your own brain. I mean, that's why you have it, and you got to have a lot of input, and not just from the church. And anyway, I suggest that, you know, read the Scarlet Letter.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great advice. Thanks for calling.
Things you need to hear, so turn off your tears.